once you get your, over there, once you get your two top rows notes written in there, I want you to pick them out on the keyboard and figure out what the name of the song is. We'll have a little fun.
Is that the one?
Let's play it. Is it not? Yeah, it's on.
G. G. You do it. You do it. G. G. E. E. E.
Doesn't matter.
Just pick it up.
Yeah, just pick
Turn
it
it
up.
on.
G. E.
That's not E.
G.
This is G.
Three G's. G, G, G.
It's all the way. G, E, and D.
F. A. No, let's be A. 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 B. Oh, that's not what I thought.
Okay, is there anybody to the point where they can identify the song? Okay, we'll start up here.
Turn it over when you touch it.
You do know it more than likely. You've beaten up on it.
Wait, I thought it was. No, it's not. Oh,
My body lies over the ocean.
yes.
Okay.
That's what it's like.
Okay. You guys to the point where you'd like a little help? Figure it out? Okay.
That's Amazing Grace.
I think you're right.
In C. I never played it in C.
Well, no, but see, any song can be played in any key.
Yeah.
But I did this because we're fixing to go into sharps and flats. We haven't gotten to them yet.
Okay,
Amazing Grace.
Have you guys got the clue yet?
and there.
I don't know myself. Let's see.
Everyone is different, it's not all the same.
Yeah, no, they're not all the same.
Oh, you sneaky thing.
Okay. If you want to keep those, and if you have access to a keyboard at home, that's how you learn it. Is sitting there, and it's just like learning to type. If you have to unpick, you have to unpick. That's just it. Now, we're going to move on. We, up to this point, have not talked about the black keys. What the deal is, we have on the white keys to run the scale of an octave, there are 8 divisions in the octave. So it'd be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now we're going to run into a thing called a chromatic scale, which takes in all the keys, the black ones and the white. And it works out that there are 12 of those. Let me see if I can do it right. So they've taken the same octave and they've subdivided. Instead of it just being 8 steps, now there's 12 steps to it. Now that's the difference between, you'll hear people talk about a diatonic scale, that's the A, and then a chromatic. So, and the black keys have names too. As you know now what the names of the white keys are. So the black keys, and in fact the black keys have 2 names. Each one of them has 2 names. Primarily it depends on the direction you're playing. If you are playing C and you're going up into a higher tone, then it becomes C sharp. If you were coming down from up above, it is a D flat. So they're easy to figure out. They're either one or the other, and you can refer to it in either case. As far as I know, some of the purists might say that you were wrong, that you were saying D flat when you should have been saying C sharp, but they're exactly the same note, so it doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. We're here to learn how to play, have some fun with it. We're not going to get that technical with it. But this broadens the whole field. It opens it up. We've moved from the simple C scale, and then we're going to move up into keys, key changes. You've got a sheet, looks like this. Okay, if you'll look at it, you'll see, as an example, that's not what I thought it was. I beg your pardon. So we'll do it on the blackboard. Okay. What we have been playing is in the key of C, which tells you there are normally no sharps or flats in that key. However, you can run across a sharp or a flat, and it's what's called it's accidental, I think is the term, isn't it? Or is it incidental? Anyhow, it's not normally part of that scale. If you were running that scale, you hit no black keys. And it would look like this. And there wouldn't be anything there except the time. So let's say this piece was written in 4/4, or common time, which is the same thing, meaning that there's 4 beats to the measure. And you know that there's not any sharps or flats. If, for some reason, a sharp or flat shows up, it will have either a pound sign or a lowercase b in front of it. And if you look on the example of your keyboard, I think it shows you that, does it not? Yeah. Okay. So, but now we're going to move on to say we don't want to play in C any longer.
Oh, wait. The
Okay.
coming time is what? No sharps or flats? But you said coming time was.
No. the key of C has no sharps or flats.
Oh.
Common time is just a tempo. That's two different things. So, okay, so we're going to play in G now. Well, how do you know it's G? Well, let's run a scale in G. And we'll do it like we did on the C, but we're just going to start on G. That doesn't sound right, does it? So we've got to do something. So we're going to add one sharp. So the key of G has one sharp. You can write that down if you want to. It's worth knowing. And the nice thing about the way they write music there's two ways you can tell what key a piece of music is in. The one that we use mostly, and I've only seen one time when it wasn't the truth, is look at the very last note of the song. And it will end on the note that is the key. So all the last note in those pieces of music that I handed out to you is all C, right? Okay. So you can look at it, if the note is a G, then you know, okay, that's in the key of G. Or whatever the note is, that's going to tell you. Plus, you can memorize it, and you'll learn that the key of G has one sharp. And surprisingly enough, you want to say, oh, it's G sharp. Well, no, it's not. It's, in this case, it's F sharp. And they will show you that by putting a sharp on the high F line. It'll be way up there. Now, say we're going to go up. What would be the next elevation from this? The next one would be D, the key of D. We'll get into this further on. There's a pattern there, but I'm not going to get into it right now. So D has two sharps. The key of D does. It has F and it has C. So if you look at a piece of music, and look at the last note in the song, and it's a D, you can all look back here and say, let's see, okay, that F's are sharp, and C's are sharp. So if you started out to run the scale in the D, you have to sharp those, yeah, go ahead and do it. You have to sharp those two notes. There you go. It's like falling off a log, isn't it? Very good. That's it. Key of A, which would be the next one. I don't remember which line the sharp is on. Is it above the staff? Okay, it's up here. Which tells you that you now have three notes that are sharp. You've got a G that's sharp.
This is the key of A.
That's the key of A. A has three sharps. And that's the fiddle key. That's the key that fiddlers like to play in.
And you instead of other staff, what is what note? G?
Well, see, this note, if there was a note written up there, it would be G.
G?
G.
It's a fiddle what? Fiddle.
A fiddle key.
That's the easiest key for fiddle players to play in. Now, this works in the opposite direction too, which you will run into particularly when you start getting into religious music. Going the other way. Going down from C, the next scale would be an F scale. You would start on the F note. We're going to get into this later on, but I don't want to do it right now. Like I say, there is a pattern to this, and we'll get some material for you later on. So, okay, so you're going to run an F scale. So you're going to start on an F note. So, what does this tell you?
One flat.
One flat. Where is that flat?
On B.
It's on the B. So start on an F and run that scale up, but make a B flat instead of a B natural. Okay. Got it. Okay? Okay, now what if it shows you that it's got two flats? I think it's up here. What note is flatted there? That's right. It's E. So that's the key of E flat. It has two flats. Then we're going to add another one.
It's the key of E flat.
No, no. If I said that, I was wrong. Like I say, my brain and my mouth don't really have anything to do with each other most of the time. No, that's the key of B flat.
B flat.
B flat has two flats. And then we're going to add the next one. What note is that that's flatted? No. This one was the B that was flatted.
So that would be
A, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that is the key of E flat. E flat has three flats. B flat has two flats. F has one flat.
Can you say that again?
Pardon?
Can you say that again?
Say it again? Okay. The key of A has three flats.
A.
That's A flat. I beg your pardon. The key of A flat has three flats. It's funny because when you're going up into the sharps, you don't say the key of G sharp, you just say the key of G. But going down, they do use the flat, like not in F, you just say F. But when you get to B, that's B flat, because see, there is a key that is B natural. But we're not going to go that high. It's got a whole bunch of sharps in it. But in a lot of religious music, you're going to get a lot of flats. You'll get another one. What note's that playing?
D.
What?
D.
D? That's right. That's right. And that is the key. That the key is A flat. It's called A flat. A flat has 4 flats. Now, anybody have any question on what we've gone over here? We can recap it starting at C as kind of the key of C, as sort of as a center point, and then we'll have some more material for you which will explain it a little better. Okay. Going up, what's the next key going up? It has 1 sharp from C. What is it?
G. G.
No.
G.
G. G. That's the key of G, has an F sharp in it. If there's 2 of them, what's the key?
D.
D, the key of D. It's got a C sharp and an F sharp. And if there's 3 of them, what key is that?
A.
Key of A, that's right. It's got a G sharp, and that's a lot of bluegrass, and like I say, that's the fiddler's favorite key to play in. So, and going down now again, if there's only 1 flat, it's a key of F. That means that you would start on the F and run the scale up or down, as the case may be, but when you get, you're going to have to flat that B instead of making it a natural. That's right. Okay, then two flats
B flat.
is B flat, 3 flats is E flat, 4 flats is A flat. Now, we've covered that. I think that's covered pretty well. I want to recap and talk about, I think it's on your printouts, it shows you different rests for tempos. But we covered tempos. Now, some of you people didn't get tempos. So, if a piece of music starts out something like this, okay, the old-time people that came to the first class, what does this signify? What does that 4 on top of the other 4 signify? Common time. Say, yeah, it's 4/4 time, common time. How many beats to the measure? How many? 4. Right. Okay. If it was like this, how many would there be? 3/4 beats to the measure, which is commonly waltz time. Boom, da, da, boom, da, da. Then you can have that's 2/4. So you would have 2 quarter notes to the measure. So once you learn to interpret what it's telling you, you know what to do. Yeah, so instead of, if it was 4/4, you'd have measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's common time too. So that's, and that 1, 2, 3, 4 may take the form of a whole note.
Oh, okay, that was my question.
Yeah. See, but it's still, in order to stay in time, particularly if you're playing with somebody else, you're going to still have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, but you're holding that note. You can have it. What would that be?
Yeah. Three.
Three counts
Three
and a
beats
rest.
plus
That's
one
right.
rest.
That'd be 3 counts and a rest. So, and you see this how they write waltz time. If they want to hold the whole thing, they're a dot by the side of a note means that you add a half of the value again to it. So a dotted, you won't see it on a whole note. They'll do a thing, they'll do a whole note, and this is a measure, and they want you to play it, hold it long enough for a quarter note. In the next measure, they're going to tie it. It'll be a tie like that. So you would hold that for 5 counts in effect. But in a lot of the music, if you have like the dotted half note, you're going to hold that for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. A quarter note, dotted, is going to be, we're getting into an area now where you're having to subdivide the time, and the way you do that, in 4/4 or in 3/4 time, you start, because this is equal that's not a dot. This is equal to that. So that would be 1 and 2, and then you would have an and rest maybe to make another one, and then you could have a quarter note. So this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in 4/4 time. So anytime you see a dotted note, which you do a lot, that's what makes music bounce. That's what makes what's called syncopation. You can take a song and you can go da 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 da, and it's going to put you to sleep in about 5 minutes. But if you go da 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 da, you want to go dancing. So that's the difference. That's what, and a lot of times it may not even be written that way, but you can play it that way if you want to. That's a nice thing about the type, what we're trying to do here is you can play it pretty much any way you want to. So, particularly if you're playing by yourself. I played by myself for years and developed some terribly bad habits that I didn't even know I had until I got involved with the gentleman in the back row and had to clean my act up. So, okay, and rest, we know all the rest. They're on the sheet, they're on the printout. So is there anything I haven't covered from the first lesson? If you have access to a keyboard, play with it. Learn to pick those songs out. It's like anything else. If you do it, it's going to become second nature to you. And that's what we want to get to, the point where you can do it without looking at the keys. So, anybody have any questions?